We are here at the Laiko Regency, where the National Drought Management Board is holding a talk and brief in regards to eliminating and eradicating drought emergencies by the year 2022. Now, this is a board that falls under the Devolution and Planning Ministry, and one of its work is reducing the drought emergencies in the country, all in the efforts towards achieving the Vision 2030 in the country. Now, just to put this into perspective, Kenya currently has an 80% land cover that is either categorized as arid or semi-arid, and most of the counties, 70% of the counties are categorized as either arid or semi-arid. So it's a matter that is affecting most areas of the country. It is believed that when drought seasons occur, about 1.5 to 3.5 million Kenyans are affected either directly or indirectly as a result of drought. Now, the management board was set up, of course, by the ministry, and even last week they were able to launch a common framework of policy to come up with ideas and policy formulation that could help reduce the drought emergencies in the country. And of course, that launch was officiated by the Minister for Devolution, Anne Waiguru. But to give more perspective and depth to this matter, I am joined by the CEO of the board. His name is James Oduor, and he'll be telling us more. Welcome, James, to the program.
Thank you very much.
Kindly, if you could tell us, what do you hope to achieve as a result of these deliberations you're holding here today?
We have a strategy on ending drought emergencies, and our time frame is ending drought emergencies by 2022. This is a strategy that has been developed by the various relevant stakeholders, national government, county governments, development partners, and other stakeholders. So what we are saying and why we are here is the common programming framework. How do all these stakeholders come and work together and end drought emergencies? As you know, droughts will always be there. We can do nothing about them. These are natural phenomena. However, the negative impacts can either be ended or reduced. This is what we are talking about, so that in future, when we have drought, then we don't see livestock deaths, massive livestock deaths. We don't experience water problems the way we experience currently. We don't experience malnutrition problems. We don't experience the issues of conflict because of competition for grazing resources. So the idea here is that we want to work together with the support of the government and our ministry to just do that, and the negative impacts of drought even when we have drought situations.
Is there anything practical you're doing on the ground that you could point out as one of the measures you are putting in place to end these emergencies?
There are very many ending drought emergency related programs that are going on. There are others that we are going to implement. For example, even just the issue of infrastructure, the Lapstet corridor, and some roads that are being constructed. We have also many activities that are going on, water-related activities, the construction of ponds, dams, boreholes, by the various sectors in the various ministry. We also have a lot of health and nutrition programs that are also going on. And we have social protection programs like hunger safety net programs, cash transfer to protect and cushion the vulnerable, especially during drought. So yes, there are already programs going on, but we are saying we need to fast track, we need to accelerate, we need to do much, much more than we are doing now in order to end the drought emergencies within that time frame that we have indicated.
But for perhaps somebody at home maybe wondering, I think we were supposed to be watching out for the El Nino rains, and then right now we're talking about drought. Is this a conversation that is relevant and timely? Should Kenyans be concerned about drought in the country currently?
What we are doing actually is we are not, in ending drought emergency, we are not talking of response to drought. We are talking of doing something now so that in future the drought impacts will be reduced. And the best time of undertaking these strategies, the best time of preparing is when actually there's no drought. So you do so much when there's no drought so that when drought comes, then the impacts are not there. Otherwise, when you do something when there's drought, that is short term, that is response. And that is not what we are for here. Here is we prepare for the future.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. So that is James Oduor, the CEO for the National Drought Management Board, just talking about preventive measures, so that they aim at doing what they call are not reacting to crisis, but rather planning in advance and coming up with measures to ensure that drought does not affect Kenyans. But just to put this into perspective, the 2008 to 2011 drought, one of the worst drought recorded in the region, affected about about 2.5 million Kenyans, and about 959 million was spent. Money that could have been used for something else if plans had been put in place earlier on. So this is a very important discussion, a very important forum, and we hope to keep it covered here at KTN News. For right now, it's back to you in studio.